Hello! Welcome to Toonkind D&D. Welcome to the Partyplex. We have snacks. I am Tired Penguin. You can call me Pengu because that is my name and I exist. I'm here today with one person.
Hi, I am Dull. I'm going to be playing Nova Stage, the totally normal person. Don't worry about it.
Totally normal. Well, I pulled up Nova's ref, so totally normal person. I'm also playing Kestrel, a bird.
Bird.
A bird. A bird and a totally normal person, as far as everyone knows. Yippee! So,
Yeah, Nova keeps attracting totally normal people.
she's got a knack for that. I've picked up on. She's
Mm-hmm.
she's got a talent for that, and for picking up from the one other FPS I've listened to. I need to listen to more games. Picking up, uh, oh, what would be the word for that? Kind of grumpy security guard men.
Mm-hmm.
What is Eggs' gender? Eggs is he, right? I'm pretty sure.
I think Eggs is a guy. Do not
Okay,
quote me on that, though.
I will have to double check on that later. But yes, so as said, Kestrel is a security guard of a grumpy bird man of a security guard. And I was thinking about how we talked about in here in the Partyplex that Kestrel will do either night shifts or day shifts, and um, out of world context, he will just take whichever one will get him into more situations. He does not know this,
He
but this is what is occurring.
he has the world's worst luck.
He does. He's Fate's least favorite little guy, or one of them. There's a lot of Fate's least favorite little guys in the Partyplex, I've noticed.
Yeah, also, in some terms, you could say that they are Fate's favorite little guys, but in the Blorbo variety of putting them in a blender and watching them churn.
You're so right. You're so right. They're Fate's little blorbos. Scrimblos. Man. That's a funny image. So, I was thinking that before this FPS, Kestrel has probably taken a night shift so that, we can get them into daytime shenanigans.
Mhm.
So, Kestrel has probably just ended his shift another day or night at this terrible place because he did not get fired after wrecking the maze. He stabbed his way through the maze and somehow did not get fired for that, which he isn't happy about.
Really, I think it was just because corporate was waiting for a chance to destroy the maze and put something else in, and they just leaped at it when he gave them the chance.
Yeah, he didn't know that. He didn't know that. He was just like, ah man, the place is wrecked now. Welp, probably gonna get fired. Cool. Great. Want this actually. And then corporate comes to him like, wow, you're a hero, you're a hero. You gotta keep working here. Ugh, poor guy. So he has probably ended his night shift, and it's the what's the word? Partyplex is gonna open soon, but he has taken a stop at the employee break room for, of course, coffee, because coffee courses through his veins. Yeah, he has taken a stop in the break room.
I think this would be a good spot for Nova to come in.
That's what I was thinking.
Like, literally, she just walks into the break room.
Yay! And there is the grumpy bird man sitting there at the table, drinking coffee, looking dead inside.
I don't think this man has ever seen Nova before, has he?
Probably not. He hasn't seen a lot of people. Also, Nova
Yeah,
has a tendency to blend into the colorfulness of the Partyplex.
they're true. Like,
Yeah.
it's camouflage here, but literally anywhere else she would be in the spotlight.
Yeah. The exact opposite of eggs wearing like the all dark colors, but standing out like sore thumb in the Partyplex. Eggs and Kestrel both.
Yeah.
So, what does Dull do what does Nova do when she sees this grumpy man? I don't think what's his passive perception? He's tired. 11. Why is your perception bad, man? I don't think he notices her right away. He's tired.
Yeah. I think she'd like perk up and like watch him for a little bit and then grab a snack and like sit down across from him at like whatever break table he's using.
Yeah. And I think that would be when he notices her and just kind of blinks a moment, blinking the blindness out of his eyes.
Hmm.
And I think he tries to hide a little sigh, just yeah, this seems like the kind of person he'd encounter in the Partyplex. But
Yeah,
he doesn't say anything unless he's not gonna initiate conversation.
yeah. Uh, I think Nova, as she's like doing all the prep she needs to get her snack ready, like looks over at him and says, "Hey, you're Kestrel, right? I've seen you on the job."
Huh. And that does get him to perk up and uh I I think he would try to kinda hide it, but she can tell he kinda looks her over.
Do you
And
want to do a perception check?
oh, I'd love to. I love rolling things.
For
Uh
real?
yeah, this is D&D. Plus one. Your perception is not great. 19!
19.
Yippee.
Hey, yeah. Uh, she looks a little bit sick or like in pain,
Oh
but
no.
apparently is one of those workers who shows up despite how bad they feel.
Oh no.
Like, you're kind of concerned. Like, maybe she should go to the doctor or something, but she's doing her best to hide it.
Oh no, Nova. Oh. Kestrel looks her over a little and he just nods and I don't think he's gonna comment on that right away, but he definitely notes it and just says, dang it, I gotta do the Kestrel voice again. I can't do deep voices. Yeah, I can't. My voice is baby. Uh, so he nods and just says yes. And you are?
She, like, wiggles her name tag at him, which, of course, says Nova Stage. And
Oh,
she says, I'm kind of a jack of all trades employee. I do just about everything if I'm asked to.
he seems to squint just a little bit because he doesn't think that's an official job position. But he nods again. If you have seen me on the job, you have probably figured out I am security guard here.
She nods. I've seen that you take your job really seriously. I think that's a really. I respect that. Honestly, not a lot of the security guards here, besides the clowns, are very serious or good at their job so far.
Oh,
I guess that's why we're hiring so many more.
he sighs. So I've noticed.
Speaking of how you've been on the job, I've noticed you seem really stressed. Are you okay?
Ugh. Uh, insight?
You got it.
Yippee!
Let me do that. Knowing how Nova is, we probably know how this
Perceive,
is gonna go.
perceive the bird, perceive the bird.
Just like imagery of like a bunch of eyes opening up over top of the bird.
Like just behind him, out
Insight.
of his view.
Come on, insight. There's the button. Okay. Second roll of the night. First roll for Nova. Yippee!
Yippee! Oh. Oh, do you have physical dice? Or are you just
Yes,
using DM?
and I also use the DMV dice buttons. Because on Dungeon Master's Vault, you can like click a button and it'll
Yeah!
roll it and add your
I
modifier for you.
I I use DMV too. I just also like
Nice,
rolling in the
nice.
roll zone to see them. But 18! The bird is perceived. Yeah, he kinda
You cannot avoid it.
I'm actually gonna roll contesting deception. uh
You do
12.
not win.
He is perceived. He does
You do
visibly
not
like
pass go, do not collect $200.
he's God, I need to get him more tickets. He's so poor. But he does visibly wince a little and just kind of is obviously a little what's the word? Not like uncomfortable, but he doesn't like that question
Doesn't
very
like
much.
subject matter? Yes.
Yeah, he doesn't like that question very much. He clear he clears his throat a little and goes uh kind of looks her over again, more noticeably this time, and says, "Well, you don't exactly seem entirely in but dang it, my words! I'm so sorry."
It's okay. Try again.
Okay, let me retry that. Yeah. He says, "You don't seem entirely fit to be working right now either. Are you alright?"
Nova just like stares at him for a moment because she is not used to being the one on the perceiving end.
Gasp.
Uh, I think she would give a sheepish grin and say, uh, I'm doing okay. If it gets bad enough, I'll go to the hospital, but it's not bad enough to really hinder me and, gotta make money and all that.
I don't think I I think only one sentence of that was actually truthful.
You're correct. Would you like to take a stab at seeing that?
Yes, I would love to.
Okay, contesting rolls, yippee, deception. Where's my deception?
Inside.
I have a +6, hee-hoo.
I'm gonna inside out. Oh no. Wait. Oh. No, I just rolled wrong.
Silly.
Ah, 10.
Fool! I have a +6 to deception.
Oh no. Oh no. Kestrel does not perceive.
Get blinded, idiot.
Dang it, Nova. But I mean, I as- I assumed that the one sentence of it that was truthful was that it wasn't hindering her that much, and that's the main
Yeah,
concern. That's the main concern. Kestrel's not gonna pick up on the other stuff, but
yeah.
he does still squint at
Who
her a little.
knew the yeah, who knew the person who's doing her best to look like a regular person would be good at lying?
That's why she has that deception.
Yeah.
Man, I
She like turns the conversation back on him and says, "Though your issue seems to be more of a mental thing, you don't seem to be having a good time here. Why are you at this job if it's making you so upset?"
eh, he he sighs. I For the comedy, I am gonna say I think he picks up like both of them or are kind of deflecting. I don't know if he'd pick that up with a 10, but that's funny. Ping pong
Ping
conversation,
pong
yes.
deflection.
Yes, exactly. Ping pong of two people who don't want to talk about their feelings. But
More like
he's
one person who doesn't want to talk about his feelings and another person who does not want to share the lore.
very, very true. Very true. So Kestrel sighs a bit. Well, as you said, we need to make money.
Hmm. Still, this place is like fun haven. You'd think you'd at least find something you'd enjoy. Is working here really that bad for you?
Inside.
Insight? Okay, I thought you said inside and then
Oh,
stopped speaking.
no, I said insight. Sorry.
No, no, it's fine. Please. Nova! Nova,
Oh no.
please!
Oh
You can't
no.
keep doing this.
Oh no.
I'm really starting to suspect Nova really is just grabbing Dice Parser by the throat anytime there's a perceiving thing. And it scares me.
Or the DMV.
Yeah, the DMV dice.
uh, she can see when she says like, "There's got to be at least something you enjoy." There is like a little bit of a twitch from Kestrel, but she rolled a peckin' 22. So, yeah, there might be a little something he enjoys, but he's not going to talk about it.
You say that, and uh, I think Nova would like lean closer and go, "Come on, isn't there anything?" And I'm going to use persuasion.
God.
My +9 persuasion.
+9, gosh, the charisma. I forgot about the
This
charisma.
this girl has riz for days.
22. Ah,
Yeah, it wasn't even that high a roll. It was a 13, but +9.
the plus 9 is insane. That's man.
For real.
That's
I mean, what do you expect from someone like Nova?
and I've seen all Nova's stats. I know this. Nova's terrifying.
Mhm.
Ugh. The bird, like, man, I think when she leans in, I think he kind of like pulls back just a little bit, but that 22 persuasion gets him to just another tired sigh, and he sips his coffee and just. Man, that 22 persuasion. Okay. He's got to say it.
Can't hide from me, bird boy.
Bullying him. I mean, that was the plan. But he sips his coffee, and there is one small thing. He is gritting his teeth as he says that.
She like tilts her head and goes, "Yeah," but like she has such an earnest, open expression about it.
I imagine just like the innocent blink blink.
Yeah, like little halo appears in neon lights.
Of course, the halo's neon. I love that image. And he looks at her. The music that is sometimes played is not bad.
I think she would like have such a genuine smile at that and say, "I'm
Oh,
glad you at least like the music. It'd be
oh.
pretty hard to work in the place if you hated the music."
It is the one thing that is not insufferable.
I think she would pause at that and like look at him, and I say look with a capital L, and then say, "So you don't even enjoy anything else about the place? I mean, we've got attractions, we've got decent food, we've got really cool robots. I can understand the children getting overwhelming, but hating everything else."
I think that 22 persuasion carries over a bit more, and he blinks a little. Well, I must confess I haven't spent too much time here outside of working hours.
I think that makes Nova click with something, and she goes, "You don't know the place you're working at all, really."
I think he clears his throat a little but doesn't respond.
And she appears to be in deep thought about something now.
Kestrel is also looking at her with a capital L. I'm gonna roll an insight on that deep thought.
Cool.
Insight. Attempt to perceive. 18.
18!
Hey.
You know what? I'll give it to you without a contesting roll. Uh,
Ooh,
Nova appears to be thinking about something that's going to be an extremely hard decision for her, but she thinks it's worth it if it means helping Kestrel.
I mean, to add on to the flavor of the of all these insight rolls, she has perceived him, and she can pretty easily pick up one of his biggest problems is that he cares a whole lot about his dignity and
Yeah.
appearance. You know, takes himself very, very seriously.
Yeah. I think she would like put her head like on her hands and go, "How about I help you really see the place you're working at? And it's okay to work in a place that doesn't fit your appearance while still keeping your dignity, you know?"
He has been perceived.
The eyes, the eyes.
I think he fluffs up a little at that. A little fluff up.
Do you think he like, takes? Do you think he like takes notice that her eyes are like rainbow?
Yeah, that's a good time for him to notice that he's ah he is quiet for a good moment, I think.
Yeah.
It takes him a moment before he kind of has to blink himself out of his state and says, "And what does that mean?"
I'll tell you all the good things about this place. That way you'll have a better time working here. Even if you're not fond of your coworkers, at least you could enjoy being here during your job.
He he meant kind of both about the uh dignity thing and showing him the place, but Nova only answered one of those two questions, which makes sense.
Yeah.
Makes sense. And man, he's thinking. The bird is doing a think, which she can roll insight on again if she wants.
Yippee!
Love insights.
I I think I think it should be a thing where she always takes an insight chance.
I that feels very in character.
She keeps rolling 22s. What is two her lucky number?
Hey, two's a good number. Excuse me. Two's a good number. It's nice and even. So the bird is perceived
Her,
again.
ra- her rainbow eyes are so piercing.
I love the rainbow eyes. It's such a it's gender.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nova's very gender. I like it.
For real.
So the bird is perceived again. He is thinking, and she can like see the mental war. Like every reasonable thought in his mind is going, I don't like this. I don't like how some of this is being phrased. This is kind of ominous. But also, Nova got a 22 persuasion, which I think is still that's 22 persuasion. That can do everything. So,
Yeah.
Kestrel is also thinking like, well, maybe. So,
Could she make this job actually bearable?
I mean, he is not against getting this job more bearable. He just is very curious about what on earth how she's going to go about that.
Mm-hmm.
So, that thought process translates to Nova getting squinted at again, and mm, gathering my thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Also, eventually someone's gonna have to make some sort of fan art of her, but with like an eyes theme,
The
with how much
Magnus
her perception is.
the
Yeah.
Magnus Archive eyes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never listened to the Magnus Archives, but I feel like I've seen enough fan art that I get the vibe.
I'm tempting you so hard, BB. I'm like
Tempts you,
holding
tempts you,
out a
tempts you,
carrot on
tempts
a
you.
stick towards you.
Tempts you, tempts you, tempts you, tempts you.
Yeah, it is. Okay, but back to Gestra.
Yes. Uh so Nova gets like squinted at a little bit more, and my brain. I think okay, since my brain is just breaking, I think he kind of hums a little, but she can see he is considering, and he's slowly leaning towards the closer to that maybe.
Persuasion time, baby.
Okay.
Come on, it'll be really fun. I promise. That +9 really doing its work, huh?
Yes. Roll that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Nova.
That +9 really doing its work.
That +9 is holding up the weight of the world.
For real.
She gets squinted at a little bit harder before he sighs because he cannot resist the the pure charisma of this building.
Of this, like, of this, and then it has woman, and they get crossed out with building.
Yes. So he sighs and says, and dang it, my words! Sorry. He sighs and says, he finally blurts out, fine.
Yeah. She, like, looks so excited and happy about that. Like, I would not be surprised if, like, the anime flowers thing showed up around her.
Oh, I love it. In neon, of course.
Yeah, so she stands. Of course, of course.
Of course, of
She
course.
stands up and she holds out a hand to him and says, "So?"
Ah, inside again. What's your insight again? I mean, he's still gonna do it because 24 persuasion, no matter what. Oh, well, I was gonna say no matter what that insight roll is, he's still gonna like take her hand because 24 persuasion. But
Yeah.
11 insight.
11 insight? You're not getting much. She really, really wants to help you because she loves this place and she wants you to have a good time.
Oh, how very nice. I love her. I love Nova.
For real.
So he
Nova
look
beloved.
so he looks at her hand and still a little reluctantly because like he is still gonna be the 24 persuasion, but he is still gonna be dragging his feet. He takes her hand and starts to stand up.
We recreated the title card. Yes.
Yippee!
Yeah. So once you're fully standing up, Nova like goes to drag you towards the door, but she gets a little bit too excited about her plan, and some
Oh.
things kick off, and it's a bit bright now. Oh, it's really, really bright. Oh, oh, you can't see.
Oh no!
Thus it begins.
It begins. Uh, Nova's like an excited puppy. I love it.
For real.
Ah, but blindness, blinded by the colors.
Yeah, it's like it's a massive swirl of colors that keeps getting brighter and brighter till you can't see.
Yeah. Wonderful.
Chromatic blindness for real.
Ah,
And since
and
you were the one who suggested this fusion, how do you think they quote unquote wake up?
well, obviously collapse on the ground in a comedic heap.
Yeah. Like right outside the break room.
Yeah. Oh, VB, you have a perfect pose of a bird in a position like this. You have a perfect art of a bird in a position like this. Can we show that? Um, which one is it? I have
Which one?
um I have an album.
You-
It's not
Show
entire.
us.
Uh VB is this one. Can I share that?
Which one is it? I want to see.
Okay. I have the okay. uh
Okay. I
uh
see.
there we go.
Oh my god, death pose. And it's surrounded by glitter and rainbows.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. It's perfect. Falling on the floor in a comedic pose.
Mhm.
Ouchie. And, and they gotta kind of like blink the blindness out of their eyes. I think they should both roll a perception.
Okay. Like
No.
using Astral Sheet.
Uh, I think for now, both of their individual perceptions, because
Cool.
not quite unified yet.
Mm-hmm. Like taking a couple seconds.
Yeah, need a moment.
Prescription
Oh no.
needed to pay. Okay,
No.
don't worry, Nova got this. She is
Nova's
the perceiver.
Nova's got this. Kestrel has. Kestrel is. He's not doing too good.
I,
But no.
I imagine you're like getting adjusted to having like rainbow eyes or something.
Yeah, and also getting blinded.
Yeah.
and also getting blinded. So it's just
Yeah.
I think they just kind of lay there for a minute, and it mantis shrimp eyesight. Oh, they can see shrimp colors. they can see shrimp colors. So they're laying there for a second, and Castrol is just kind of he's not doing great, and things feel weird. Kestrel just thinks it's because they've been blinded, but Nova picks up pretty quick. Things feel weird. That's not good.
Yeah. I I think Nova knew what she was doing, but has never done this before, so she didn't know how it would feel to be partially actual Toon person.
This is new for Nova.
Yeah. She is partly legitimately fleshy and like flesh and bone and blood and stuff, and she's so
And
not used to
coffee.
it.
And coffee coursing through her
Yeah.
veins. They're both out of it. and just the rainbow eyes blink blink.
Yeah. So since Nova is a more passive supporter in like a fusion, I think Kestrel gets to do the first bit of actions.
the first action is probably gonna be a groan of like, og. Owie.
Uh, Probably do a perception yourself on that one. Notice if your voice notice the voice change.
Well, last perception was a 4, so I don't think he
Mm.
notices. But and then I think I will roll another perception right after this, but I think after that groan, just what the hell? And then another blink, which I will then roll another perception for, and uh can roll astrals for that, I think.
Yeah.
That
Yeah,
help.
get some help from Nova's abilities.
Yeah. Cause Nova rolled a very good oh, well,
Yeah.
Astral's perception modifier is the same as Kestrel's, which is a +1, so 8.
Oh, uh, here you go.
oh, yes.
Here you go, Ruby.
Ah, yay! There they are. There they are. So
Mm.
they'll just say, what the hell? And they don't uh they can pick up like something's off about that, but they're still very out of it and can't quite tell exactly what or why.
Yeah. Uh,
Just
I think Nova would take charge a little bit here and like push themselves up out of the position and like sit up a bit.
thank you, Nova. And uh roll another perception. You gotta perceive, buddy. You gotta perceive, you little half bird. They're good at perceiving
Come
each
on,
other,
you
but
can.
they're good at perceiving each other, but not
Yeah,
themselves.
you did it.
17! So as Nova
Yeah,
helps,
Nova actually doing something helps.
yeah. as Nova sits them up like, huh, I'm not doing that movement. What is that?
It
And
it's like a mix of I'm not doing that and I am doing that.
yeah, which feels very, very strange. Also, congratulations, Nova, you're moving with bones now.
So you just not enjoy, but it's not that far off from scaffolding and like the stuff they use to hold up walls.
That, man, this is so interesting. Okay. So, and then they sit up
Mm.
and they got bird legs
They got bird legs.
and colorful painted. I love the painted talons. I love that I was enabled to do the painted
Yeah,
talons.
yeah.
And,
I,
Discord, stop
I think
Wi-Fiing me.
Nova manages to get them to stand up.
Yay, thank you, Nova, because thank you for the Nova half of them doing most of the work right now because the Kestrel half is very confused.
Yeah. Also, I think with a perception that good, you're gonna start noticing things that you did not have before.
Yes, please explain.
So, like, for Kestrel, he feels bigger than what he should. Like, he knows his body is, like, a decently regular person size. The height feels a bit strange, but it's normal. But he feels bigger than this. Like, everything around him is him in a way. Also, there's a bit of dull pain somewhere. Can't figure out where. And you're starting to notice you know things that are happening in areas you are not in.
Yippee! And they are taking a moment, like I think, kind of looking down at their self, but not really processing what they're seeing because they're also feeling that feeling of that's a lot. Benji, Benji, no.
Mhm.
But so not really processing what they're seeing because they're also trying to process that big feeling and
And
that
everything else they are seeing with a capital S.
seeing with a capital S. And I think they just say another quiet little what the hell? And because 17 perception, I think they do notice that time their voice sounds different.
Yeah.
Yeah, deeper than Nova's, but lighter than
Higher than Kestrel's.
yeah, and not as tired sounding as Kestrel's.
Yeah. It's like that meme where people try to mix energy drink with something that makes you tired, but this time it actually does cancel out.
Oh, people do that? That sounds horrible.
I'm not saying it's a good thing. I'm just
It's
saying it is
definitely
a
not.
meme I've seen online.
Uh, People will do the craziest things. Oh my gosh. But
Mm.
so yeah, their voice sounds different, and I think they just kind of put a hand to their face. Like, huh?
I imagine the Nova part like looks over to a reflective surface.
Uh, there are fridges in break rooms, right? Fridges are reflective.
Yeah,
Fridges are
yeah,
reflective.
we got the stainless steel fridge.
What? The stainless steel fridge with neon
Yeah,
stickers on it.
of course.
With neon stickers on it. And Kestrel's still feeling like that movement that's not normal. That's not normal. But doesn't really resist So they get to the fridge and see the lovely, colorful face in the mirror in the stainless steel.
Yeah. Our beloved colorful harpy.
Harpy with fluffy ears. I had to give them fluffy ears.
For real.
Yeah.
And
And
like whatever half beak that is.
uh I there was no consistent images on what harpies' faces should look like, so I just threw stuff
Mm.
on there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think they stare in the unless Nova does something, I think they're just gonna stare at that for a hot minute.
Yeah. Still processing many, many feelings.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, you're feeling a lot more than you're used to. And I
Yeah.
mean emotionally, not physically.
Oh. I'm having
Like, of
feelings like
course,
some kind of
physically
child.
too. Yeah.
I'm having emotions like
Like,
some sort of child.
yeah. Like, there's of course that big feeling of like fear, figuring out what the hell's going on. But there's a small little flicker of like elation or joy, like deep down, that
Thank
you're
you,
not sure
Nova.
is yours, but it feels like it's yours. Like someone gave it to you, like a gift.
Aw. Love Nova. And I think it's picking up on that little feeling deep in that little deep down feeling that kind of keeps them from completely freaking out, but
Mm-hmm.
kind of helps make them blink again and like, dang it, my words again. But they're not completely freaking out. That's good. That's good.
Mm.
uh, I feel like this is time for a roll. What should they roll? Insight on their self.
Oh, like double insight or just
I think Kestrel would initiate that because, like you said, Nova's being mostly passive.
yeah.
But
Perceive yourself, boy.
yeah, oh,
You perceive.
thank you, Nova.
Hee
Nova's helping with the rolls, and I think trying to dig at in particular that little elated feeling.
Mm. So, what particularly is Kestrel going to be perceiving?
Uh, well, is digging at that little elated feeling, which I assumed is from Nova.
Mm. Kind of in a way. Uh,
It's a gift.
when you like perceive that little bit, uh, it kind of sheds some light on a lot of things because you can feel that joy and elation, and it feels kind of like an echo, like pressing up against your walls, and
Walls.
like spreading out and filling you like a warmth. And it's
Oh,
like you know there's going to be more of that emotion when more people are here. It's not yours, but they are giving it to you by being it
that's what that
here,
is.
being you, by experiencing this place. There's a lot of emotion that is now yours, Like,
Ah,
it doesn't overpower how you feel, but you can feel it there. Like a constant little warmth.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And I think they kind of like place a hand on their chest as they're thinking that, like reaching for where that feeling feels like it is, and just, huh. And I think they're finally gonna like uh sort of blink out of the stupor and look for Nova, not fully realizing what's going on yet, but look for Nova.
Yeah. Like, you're looking for Nova, but you feel like she's right here. Why can't you see her?
That feels
You can
very
feel her presence.
strange. That feels very strange. Another perception. That's still plus one. 12.
Well,
Bird.
I think 12 would be enough to, like, notice because it's a very obvious thing.
Yeah, but I want the bird to be dumb for a little bit. Just a little bit. As a treat.
A little bit of, yeah, as a treat.
As a treat. But just like looking around for Nova and about to be like, because, they've got questions and they assume Nova did something.
Mhm.
So looking for Nova and about to like, call out for her finally. And uh before it kicks in, I think.
Yeah. Like, you whirl around looking for her, and then you catch your reflection again.
The brain cell kicks in.
Yeah.
And just taking another moment to stare at that reflection as the brain cell kicks in. And I think just they place a hand on the fridge, looking at that, and kind of go,
Mm.
"What did you do?"
And, like, you don't so much as hear an answer as you feel it because, like, something catches your attention, like how someone might make another person look up, and now you're feeling the bigger than yourself seeing everything around you feeling again.
Yeah, that kind of makes him take a step back, I
Like,
think.
like, you can see yourself from
Oh,
every angle.
that's wacky. I love it.
Yeah.
It's wacky. And yeah, they take that little step back and they see their self take that step back, which just, oh, that's strange.
Yeah. I imagine they like put a hand on the wall to steady themselves
Yeah,
and then like
definitely.
puff up a bit when they realize they can feel both putting the hand on the wall and the feeling of a hand being put on the wall. You can feel the
Yeah,
wall.
yeah. We love minor body horror.
Cool.
Yeah, which I think that causes them to like pull their hand back from the wall again, but then immediately put it back. I think because like they're still feeling unstable on their feet right now. Because
And uh,
what were you saying?
I was saying Nova's like looking around and you're kind of seeing that everything around you is mostly you. You don't know why that's what your brain registers, but it's what it does.
And they have no idea why their brain comes to that conclusion, but it sure does. They
Mhm.
look at I think they look at their reflection again, like, uh uh no, if I respond to the bird. I think if no if Nova doesn't like say any words, but still showing them that, I th- uh they can use the brain cell. They can use the brain cell.
Yeah.
Um, looking at their reflection while also looking at their self and everything around them. Uh, I think they might ask like, "What are you?"
And you like take another look around, and the brain cell kicks in as a little feeling, like it might be a voice responding, but you're not sure because it's more of a feeling and like a vision. But you get the feeling that the answer is the Partyplex,
Yeah, I
just as a whole.
I find this interesting that Nova's like not using words. Can she not? Well, use like this, or is she just
She
choosing not
she
to?
can. She's choosing not to because in a moment like this, again, she's very passive when it comes to a fusion. So she's kind of lightly guiding him towards the right answers
Yeah,
because honestly to her, feeling it and seeing it makes it easier to understand than simply saying it. You know, believing what you're seeing and all that.
yeah. Kestrel's not great with that, I don't think, but he's they're working on it, and they get that little feeling again as they're looking at their self and just oh, and they kind of look up again, seeing their self look up and just what's that image of the I dang it, I know how to describe what I'm thinking, but like the ah,
You got this.
the that that mind blown zoom, that one. Do you know that one?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah, I know
that.
that one.
There we go. That's what happens, I think, as they go, oh.
Yeah.
And I, mm,
Yeah, also, I think this would be one of the moments where you get a couple of Nova's memories of like her being so obvious about it and literally no one noticing.
I love that. I love that. And
Yeah.
I think they kind of try to pull their self back into their body a little bit, not seeing everything and seeing their self because that's weird, but try and pull their self together
Mm.
in every sense of the word.
Yeah,
And
I think Nova would help them.
thank you, Nova. And just
Yeah.
that blank again, and just like uh and seeing Nova's memories of like how did no one figure this out just says like ah I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. My words. It doesn't help that the character is also struggling with words. Kestrel's
Okay,
bad with
anyway.
words. That's just a fact.
Yeah,
But
I thought Kestrel was just screaming when you did that in frustration.
oh no, sorry.
Oh.
I mean, you might, but not right now. um, I, I am trying to formulate a word to say in my mind that is something between like how did no one figure this out and also why didn't you tell anyone? Also
I
give
think you can go with what Nova is doing and like send like those feelings, like
yeah,
combine it into a nonverbal question.
that works. That feeling gets sent. Also, uh
Yeah.
can you hear my fan? It has gotten very warm in my room and I need to have a fan on me.
No, I can't hear it.
Oh good.
I I think Kestrel gets like an amused feeling back and like memories of Nova overhearing people saying stuff like hiding in plain sight is always the best way to hide because nobody notices it. And also visions of like Nova kind of basically just saying, "What do you think would happen if I revealed what I am?"
Uh, and they just kind of nod like, okay, good point. And then Nova kind of gets that Kestrel's learning. Kestrel is now no longer using words. Uh,
Yeah,
gets that.
you're doing good.
Yeah, he's learning. But Nova now gets that feeling like, okay, why me then?
And she just like spams you with memories of you looking miserable or angry, and then also the incident with the maze. There's a bit of pain in the maze memory, but it passes over as she goes to other memories of you just looking like you're having the worst time possible. And she felt so bad about it.
Oh, and I think I don't. They're they're communicating better now, so we don't gotta have too many more insight rolls now. I think, but
Yeah.
like when she's showing those memories of Kestrel looking miserable, there's just kind of like a genuine like, oh, that's very nice. Like, hey, the party, the Nova's like Kestrel's thinking like, oh, she's nice, she's good,
Yeah.
and
Like
then the sorry,
the, yeah. The sudden feeling of being perceived by someone who cares.
yeah, that's unusual.
Yeah. All right, continue.
That and so yeah, this feels good, and then the maze memory comes up. The maze memory
Yeah, and like
comes.
that dull pain. Yeah, that dull pain you haven't been noticing like flares up in that memory.
And they kind of wince a little and then go oh, and I think they say this part aloud like, oh no, did you feel that?
And like Nova like runs her hand against the wall again to like answer. I can feel it.
And they just say another little oh no, sorry.
I I think you get back a response of Nova is not angry at you. She's just worried for you.
She's so nice, she's very nice,
Yeah.
I love her.
I love her too.
Blorbo, she's she's very nice, and Kestrel is realizing this and just like, huh, and is now rethinking, well, how they got here. And Nova saying she wanted to help him enjoy the stuff that's here.
Yeah. I think him remembering that would make Nova perk up, like Astral perk up, and start like walking off in the directions of one of the attractions because he reminded her of her cause for this.
The fluffy ears perk up.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fun. And they're walking, and it takes Kestrel a moment to just be like, oh, okay. Okay, we're doing this. Okay, that's fine.
I,
But
I yeah, I think she would pause and like send the question of which one do you want to go to first? Because it does not matter which one, they will get there very fast.
oh, and Kestrel has questions about that, but I th- I think still kind of processing. He's just gonna let her pick.
Mm. She's gonna think about what he might enjoy most. And then she remembers, oh, he likes the music. And then she walks into the wall.
Yippee!
And suddenly you cannot feel the small little body anymore, only the big one.
Oh, I think as they're walking into the wall, like there is a little bit of the movement from Kestrel, like, wait, what are we doing? What are we doing? And then into the wall.
You like melt into the wall and you're like, holy shit.
Yeah, I mean, pretty much just like,
And
oh,
like, yeah. And like the big self focuses in on DJam's area, and then you like feel something being made, like a bit of you being pulled and squished like putty, but not in a bad way, just in I'm aware of it way. And then Astral steps out of a wall right next to DJam's setup.
I think they stumble a little bit as they step out, and still just like, wow, like you can do that?
Yeah, I think Nova does respond with the little body is magic. The big body is me. Of course I can do that.
Kestra's just like,
You,
I think Kestra's like, is that why you have rainbow eyes, or is that just a stylistic choice?
I think she like flashes the words genius loci and their meaning in the shared mind space. And kind of does confirm that, yeah, the rainbow eyes are kind of a reflection of everything because, eyes are the windows to the soul. Yep,
Cool.
mental dictionary.
Mental That's, man, I wish I had that skill. I'm so bad at, I want a mental thesaurus.
Yeah.
It's just like, huh, that's, guess it's like, that's kind of cool, actually.
Yeah. And like as she's walking over to the DJ's area, she does like give you a little bit of explanation for her and like gives you the feeling and memory of how like all the joy and like feelings that everyone had in the Partyplex like kind of congealed like a cloud or something, and like eventually some sort of magic spark was formed, and then the building was awake and genius loci.
Genius loci. Getting all that from the mental dictionary, and yeah. And, uh,
Yeah, She was literally formed out of the happiness and love people felt for the place. So of course she loves the place. The self-love is strong.
The self love is so strong. And Cass was like, yeah, it makes sense that you love this place considering you are this place, but being literally made from the joy that's in this place also helps.
Yeah. Like she loves this place because it is her, but she also loves this place because of the things she can bring to other people.
She's so nice. I love her.
She is.
I love her so much.
Yeah.
So,
She like focuses Astral in on the DJ set and like turns it on and then uh you know how to use this because it is technically part of you, but she's letting Kestrel be the one to pick the music.
and it it is again a strange feeling knowing how to use something that a part of you has never touched, but they're they're,
Yeah.
they're adjusting to this entire situation
One
is
second.
weird. Just deal with it.
Oh, cool. I'm not done with my game. I'll be back later. Sorry, they were telling me food is prepared. Continue.
Okay. So they're looking at the music selection, and I have already thought about what kind of music Kestrel likes, and Kestrel likes secretly pop music.
Well, there's plenty of choices for that.
I don't I don't know what would a tuned version of Katy Perry be.
I don't know, like that meme of like Katy Perry, but it's like a cat.
Katy Perry. Yes, yes, Kitty Perry. Select Kitty.
Yeah.
I I don't listen to enough pop music to pick up like to describe too much what kind of song he picks, but something Kitty Purry.
Yeah. I I don't think they would specifically okay, they might have Katy Perry songs, but like it would be one of those things where they had to make a deal so they could have the music available.
Ah, I feel I feel like that's something that uh Raspberry Corporate would pick rather than use the money to repair the security bots and actual important stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's spend that money on getting a deal with
Yeah.
Kitty Purry.
Yeah. If Kestrel thinks about that, he also gets Nova's like feelings of annoyance towards corporate about their negligence.
they they kind they kind of nod a little in silent agreement because yeah, so far Kestrel also hasn't liked the decisions from corporate that he's heard.
Yeah.
So there is also still a bit of hesitation picking that song because you know still kind of in the Kestrel mindset of gotta my dignity, but having Nova there is
Yeah.
helping loosen that.
Yeah. Also, you get a full rush of support and like happiness at the song choice from Nova, so that helps.
Ah,
She approves of your decision.
they smile. It's a little smile, but they smile.
I, I think Nova would start the whole mission of helping him see the place better by like looking out over the dance floor for uh like after picking the song and like pushes forward a memory of like people having fun and the feelings that they're feeling kind of going up to Nova so she can like feel how happy they are and how much fun they're having.
Yes. Yes. And Uh, I think they kind of like gently lean on the music contraption thingy. I'm
The
that
speaker.
thingy. Yeah, just kind of lean on that while looking at that memory. Like that is very nice.
Yeah.
And they kind of start tapping their foot to the music. They like the music.
Mm. I I think Nova would then like give Kestrel another where do you want to go thing. And like she kind of lists the options, but when they get to the maze, she like immediately tries to glaze over it because ouchie, pain flares.
Ouchie, ouchie. There is just the response of yeah, let's not go there. I am trying to think what attractions there are at the Partyplex. Uh, what did you? There's Razor Blast. I know there's golf. Eh. Uh, racing. Yeah,
Yeah.
racing.
Okay.
Racing. Let's look at
Back we
racing.
go into the building.
Into the wall.
Yeah. Either that or you just phase under the floor.
I go into the back rooms.
Yeah. You come out at the racing attraction.
Yippee! Eh, the fast travel. Uh,
Yeah.
uh, I, I'm trying to remember. It has been so long since I've watched a security breach playthrough to know what these things look like.
I mean, it's a go-kart track. It's pretty simple.
The tracks are like little kids' size. The Astral is 7 foot tall.
Yeah.
Astral 7 foot tall.
Astral realizes that they would not be able to fit in one of those carts very well, so they more just push up the memory of how it's like during the daytime.
I I think there might be just like a little itty bit of sadness realizing they couldn't fit in a car.
Yeah.
Just a
She
little.
reassures Kestrel that he can try it when they're not fused.
there's there's like the um maybe maybe at night when no one is there.
And Nova just gives a little reassurance that if he does want to do it at night, she'll start it up for him.
Aww, she's so nice.
She is.
And
Yeah, but
that's
also Nova's not gonna steal an animatronics cart. That's mean. It's their personal thing.
yeah. It's far. They don't need to ride a cart right now.
Yeah,
And I think let's try and speed run this. They could also look at
yeah,
uh Monty Golf or not
yeah.
the Gator Golf.
I I imagine Nova like thinks a bit and then like, goes back into being big building form and then like kind of does a little speed run of the other attractions. Like you can see them, you can feel them, and you can see the memories, so you don't necessarily need the little body there.
Yeah, but I mean, picking the music is nice, but yeah, seeing the memories was the important thing. I think.
Yeah.
You know, they should do. They should get a snack of sugary Partyplex
Mm.
food. Can Nova eat?
Yeah, Nova can eat, but again, I don't know how it would work with Astro, because with Nova, she can eat it and she can taste it. But when she like swallows it, the untouched version of the food appears in the dumpster outside.
I mean, I think it would be funny if that also happens. If that still
Yeah.
happens.
Yeah.
But that's another thing Kestrel has not experienced from the Partyplex is the food.
Yeah. So they like get to one of the restaurant areas. Nova being Nova, of course, picks the pizza
Yeah.
and
Classic
like gets her that and one of the drinks. Something caffeinated, but not coffee because he's had too much.
Partyplex. The Kestrel part of them instinctively reaches for the coffee, I imagine, and Nova just no coffee.
Yeah, Nova just like yanks the hand in a different direction and grabs a random soda.
The Kestrel rolling their eyes a
Yeah.
little eye roll.
Um, and you get to have a meal of Partyplex food, and because Nova is the Partyplex, she knows which places have the best foods.
Of course, of course. And I can just imagine them like taking a seat with their little snack and like still looking at memories, playing those as they have a little pizza.
Yeah.
Just
And
like,
like, you enjoy it. But then Kestrel also notices that when you finish it, you do not feel any fuller or hungrier than you were before.
and there's like the again that why why is that? That's very strange. But then, oh yeah, fused with the building.
Yeah. Uh, since it is getting close to 7, I think they could have a little moment here and then end it.
Yeah, they gotta unfuse.
Yeah, eventually.
Like,
So
okay,
I think Nova would like give a little nudge of like so.
and Kesh, I don't have time to not have words. There's a time limit. Okay, so Kestrel's thinking again and goes, okay, it's not as bad as I thought.
You get
And,
like this rush of joy and like pride.
oh. And there's also the specific feeling of the Partyplex is actually nice because you, Nova, are nice.
Yeah, just the Partyplex loves you and everyone so much, and you can feel that now.
Yeah, it's a strange feeling, but it's not bad. It's not a bad feeling.
Yeah. I I think Nova would like have a bit of sadness that their time is going to be up soon since the Partyplex is going to be opened. But
Yeah,
I think she would like want a name for this experience and like, what is this? What are we?
yeah, and I think thinking about that, they kind of wonder, okay, how did Nova choose her name? How'd she choose Nova?
And then yeah, and Nova just like responds with, well, and like looks around at the very bright lights and also the kind of theme of stars and stuff and kind of combine that into like, Nova. And then the stage bit is because he who hinted that she is the stage.
I think there's a little chuckle because yeah, had the hiding in plain sight is funny. So they
Yeah.
look at the stars and the space theming, and what about astral?
I think you just get a very big rush of yes, I love that. I love that. That is me. That
Uh,
is us.
uh, yeah, that that happiness and that little sadness about that their time is up, but thinking, you know, maybe we could do this again sometime.
Yeah. Nova supports that, and then they like the unfusion happens, so it's instead of being bright, 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 it's kind of dimming and dimming until it's dark, and then you open your eyes again and you're alone.
Yeah, all alone.
Yeah. Nova is not with you, but you know she's with you.
Yep, I think Kest- it again takes Kestrel a moment, a blink blink, and kind of looks up at the ceiling, and
Yeah.
that that seems like a very poetic place to leave that off.
Yeah. Yippee! Let's end recording and then we can hop in Raz watch while I go get ready to do chores because talking
Yeah,
with you guys about this while I do the things would be nice.
that sounds awesome. I love talking about things. Okay, let's end the recording.
Yeah.
Yippee! Thank you, listeners. Uh, welcome,
Goodbye.
Welcome, Astral. Bye bye. Stop recording.